welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute, a daily podcast which we smash apart the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 1 minute chunks so we can analyze them in scrupulous detail. I'm Kyle Olson from the Road to Infinity podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco. And Kyle.
Yes, sir.
What is the fastest you have ever driven in reverse?
In reverse? Ooh. What?
That's an
I don't
odd
even
question.
know. It is an odd question.
Any idea?
I thought you were going to say forward. I could say, I think at one point on a lonely, isolated highway in the middle of nowhere, I believe I actually crossed into 3 digits at one point.
But not in reverse.
Backwards? No, I don't. I can't think of gone more than, your average, maybe 20.
Oh, interesting.
Do you have a backing up story?
Let me tell you that in October of 2018, professional driver Daniel Abt, spelled A-B-T, drove an all-electric modified Audi RS3 sedan 130 miles per hour in reverse.
Wow.
Anybody who understands, right, basic
the
physics of driving, that's frightening.
Yeah. Man, I hope that was on like the salt flats or something.
Oh, it was a closed circuit. It was straight. It was a straightaway.
That's what I'm
drag
saying.
Race.
Straight is the important part in there.
But you sneeze and shank the wheel, you're dead.
Oh yeah, you're rolling. Yeah.
Like that blew my mind. You can watch the video actually. And where did I get this information from? This is courtesy of motorauthority.com.
Oh, thank you, Motor Authority.
Yes, thank you. Never thought we would be quoting a Motor Trend-esque source of information, but there you are. Why would I be talking about driving in reverse?
Well, I think we're going to find out here in minute 91 of 2008's Incredible Hulk, directed by Louis Leterrier. Yeah, you never know where a discussion of this movie is going to take us from one side to the other. Because at the first, I thought you were going to talk about land speed records, because we pick up where we left off, which is Abomination is running.
He's hauling.
He is hauling.
Yes.
And so, of course, we know where he is hauling and to whom he is hauling towards. Because it's time, once again, for everyone's favorite segment. Joris Jarsky is the white soldier. Arnold Pinnock is the black soldier. Tig Fong is the Asian cop. Jason Hunter is the white cop. And they are Delta 4. Tonight, the series finale, Running with the Devil.
How does that end?
Sadly, not well. Prepare your hankies, folks, because this series finale is going to have more tears than the Lost finale.
Oh yeah, this is kind of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Delta 4 does not have a heroic ending, but they did their best. So Abomination is still running down that runway. Like, I feel like he'll be running there forever. Just
that
running,
street in quote unquote Harlem.
Yeah, that's right. In Harlem, North 125th Street, actually Yonge Street, running down that Toronto street, pretending to be New York. So like when you're talking about driving in reverse, well, Delta 4 is in reverse, but unfortunately they had like the Batmobile, they had lost a wheel, so they are going as fast as they can backwards, but they're short one wheel, and so they're having some trouble. They back away through fire, through water. The streets are still oddly full of people. You think
yes, right?
They'd have gotten out by now, but like, okay, all right. I guess the MCU people are a lot more like curious. Like, hey, let's just watch this for a while. I mean,
no, it's absurd. We've talked about it, and we're going to talk about it again too.
I know.
What is wrong with all of you?
LA's got an Iron Man. Maybe this is a new hero for us here in New York.
Oh my God! Come on.
So as Abomination is getting closer and closer, he's like, flipping cars. That's so minute 90. I'm onto vaulting now. So he starts vaulting over the cars. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And then we see that sheet of water. Yeah, see, you remember that 1975 Oldsmobile that backed over a hydrant? And you thought, that was just a cheap water effect. No, there was a reason for it. And so he can do this awesome leap thing through the water and land and be all moist and glistening, because that's how we like our heroes, I guess.
Well, you're trying to do things with the CG. You got a lot of stuff.
Right. There's a lot of elements flowing around here. So Delta 4 backs up, and they back right into a parked car, because not everybody can drive 130 miles an hour backwards straight. So they did what they could. So Abomination is standing there facing off. And God bless New York, a cab's like, I gotta get to the other side of this road and just
get out of the way.
So here's what I'm gonna say about that, Rob. Let's jump ahead a little bit and talk about fan canon. in Iron Man 2, which the Iron Man 2 crew, whomever that might be, we'll talk about in season 3
Movie Minute.
There is a moment where a kid is dressed as Iron Man and holds up his thing to stop a drone. And so, fandom being the way it is, people have said, oh, you know what? In the age, I bet you that's Peter Parker. Like, he was an Iron Man fan and he would have been about the right age. So that kid's probably Peter Parker. And so Kevin Feige went, okay, sure, he's Peter Parker. Why not? So if that kid can be Peter Parker, then the person driving this cab was the same cab driver from early on the night that was such a lecherous lech to Betty when he dropped her off. Because this is the same day.
Oh, wow. That would be amazing.
That dude, that creepy dude.
The creepy dude who
That's him. That's him in that cab. That's him. I'm saying that right now. Head canon, that's that guy.
What happens to this caddy?
What? Nothing good. Okay. And I did check. There is no one else in the cab. It's just the cab driver, and it's a dude. That's all I could tell by freeze framing. So,
right?
yeah. So he does the trash can lid. The Abomination slams down the hood, and it flips the car up into the air
with his foot.
Just like right to his hand. And then he says, "Give me a real fight."
And he knows he's talking into the camera. That the soldiers have, because he knows, obviously,
because he's a soldier, right?
Right.
And now we learn something about Abomination. We know that he is big. We know that he is strong. These are all things that happen from the serum that he was injected with, and the Hulk's blood and we know that he's impervious to fire and to bullets. And we also learn that the transformation removes English accents. Isn't that amazing? It gives you an American accent.
Well, I got nothing.
It's just another one of his many, many abilities, including the weird bony spiky things coming out of the backs of his legs. And also now he has an American accent. So
wait.
Yes.
Where is this gamified blood that he got from? Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner does not have an English accent.
True.
Ta-da.
See, there you go.
Because
your no
accent
prize is in the mail, sir.
In the DNA of your blood.
Everyone knows that.
Oh no. Good Lord.
Sadly, we now have to say goodbye to Delta 4 because Abomination picks up the cab.
By the roof of the cab.
The roof of the cab, yeah, and he slams it down right onto the Humvee with all 4 members of Delta 4, and they are no longer with us. Rob, I have to ask you, can I have a little lonely man here? Delta 4, you were the smartest, bravest soldiers we've seen in this entire movie. You were the only ones to figure out that Operation More Bullets was ridiculous.
That's true.
We will miss you. Rest in peace, Delta 4. I'll never get to play that music again.
Can I say? Wait, I have to make a
Delta 4.
I have to make a confession.
Yeah,
I love this whole sequence.
You're right. Like what of Abomination? Like
yes,
right down the thing.
I actually love the graphics. I love the animation. Mm-hmm. I love him doing the sprint, them going reverse. I love him arcing through the water.
Okay.
I love the whole sequence with the cab. I love the death. I mean, this made me happy. I was kind of like, that's kind of cool. Like, it's absurd. His face, the Abomination's face is absurd.
Yeah,
the whole skull thing. And I know I've said this before. All I get is Alien Resurrection. Like, I just see that head.
Okay.
And I think the human alien hybrid, like, it's just bad, not in a good way. That could be in a good way, just bad. But yet I thought this was really kind of funny and, kind of cool with all reverence to the four, but anyway.
The 4 of Delta 4.
So yeah, so they're gone. Feet is cut.
But this is how you know that Delta 4 was important, because they cut back to the helicopter and they're all there and they give them a moment of silence. Because Ross, Betty, and Bruce are all standing there and they're like, "Oh, Delta 4, you were our best hope. Delta 4." And everybody looks to General Thunderbolt Ross like, "Okay, what now?"
Yeah.
And so
in fact, we get a great sir.
Yeah, that's right,
sir.
And he says, "Tell them to bring everything they've got and head for Harlem."
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, okay." And you see Bruce go, "Oh man, I really don't want to do that." Like, you can see him, his head going, oh man, I know exactly where this is going. I don't want to, but I have to. And okay. And he says, it has to be me. You have to take me back there. And so this is great because in 91 and 92, I would say this is Bruce's hero moment, inspired by Delta 4.
Yeah,
he decides to step up and be a hero. I think they're responsible for what's going to happen. Delta 4 really are the ones who inspired Bruce Banner to step up.
Yes,
man, it's episode 91. Head cannons all around.
Oh my god. Oh, it's not over yet.
No. And then so Betty's like, whoa, hold on. What are you saying? You think you can control it? And he says, not control it, but maybe aim it. And I was like, oh, that's good.
That is good.
That. Yeah. And Ross says, but what if you can't? And so like as these episodes go on, my Thunderbolt Ross is getting more and more ridiculous. So far from what William Hurt is, but I'm still enjoying it. And so then Bruce says something very, very interesting in response to this. Bruce says, we made this deal. And that's where the minute ends. So I think we'll probably have to talk about this deal in minute 92 because that's a heck of a cliffhanger right there.
Okay, so wait, hold on.
Yeah, so what are
your ears are always better than mine.
Okay. Well, I also enjoy subtitles.
Okay, so you did subtitle it?
I did subtitle it.
Oh, my whole outro is ruined.
Oh, no. Okay.
Because here's what I thought.
Wait a minute. In this movie that is inspired by so many deleted scenes and alternate cuts, let's do a deleted scene of your outro.
Well, this is stupid. Wait.
No, this is great. So in another cut of this movie, they said something different. And what is it that they said, Rob? And what was your take on that thing?
I thought he said, we made this thing.
Oh.
And it cut.
Yeah.
And I was laughing because I was like, you made that sound like you and Ross got together, had a little baby. And this was like the conversation where you're like, Thunderbolt, we made this.
It was you and me. It's our child.
This is our child, Thunderbolt. We got to take care of this together. Like, and I'm sitting there going, oh God. Like, and of course I know the next minute, don't worry. Well, it's not that, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
But it still kind of works because because I watched it and when the minute ended, I just went, ooh, what? And of course, not forgetting that Betty is standing right there.
Yeah. Like, guys, I'm right here.
That's not a deleted scene. That's just Rob not listening. I don't know. Because this is so odd the way when the minute cuts, that's it.
It's a weird, I mean, like it's just the nature of the beast. It's like that's where the cut happened. And it's like, yeah, so we'll get into exactly what this deal is in 92. You're right. I mean, as an action sequence, it's pretty solid. Like it shows once again, it's Abomination showing off what what he can do, and also like taking on the military directly as opposed to just throwing Ben Stiller around.
The sewers run red with Burgundy's blood.
Well, and
just like I hate this car.
But also very much now securing. We got hints of it, but now you're very much cementing the idea that the Abomination is the full sentient embodiment of Blonsky, right?
Do we?
Well, because here's where you got him knowing to fact that he's looking in the camera, knowing he's talking to Ross and saying, "Oh yeah, give me a real fight." Like,
yeah, you're right.
No,
give me a real fight is directly to Ross.
That is directly to Ross. He and maybe Banner because he knows that they're probably together. I mean, that's showing a very complex thought that only Blonsky would have had. And now the Abomination has it. I think that's
okay. Well, then here's the other thing. So I was going to leave this for a future minute, but now we're talking about it. Does Ross know that's Blonsky? And prove your answer.
It would require a few big logic jumps for him. At this point, he doesn't know Spar's dead. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. This could be Stearns.
He hasn't. I mean, you
could be Spar.
Well, and you know what? You could have fixed it by as the helicopter's going away. He gets a radio signal, like a message coming and says, hey, there's a problem at this crime scene. You know what I mean?
Oh, that is so funny. This is going to be a long episode. Okay. So I was wondering about this. So I went into the script. I was just like, I have not.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I say I've not gone into the script heavily because I try to do it by the footage we have. I don't
Right. What we actually have seen. What's
so,
been filmed and
but
presented.
because of this scene and the next scene, I was like, man, there's just so much going on. So I wanted to go in and see what the original version of it was, and that happens in the script. And you know,
Are you serious?
And you know who delivers that information?
Who?
Major Spar. Sorry if I blew everybody's ears out, but she didn't die.
Wait, what?
She gets shanked, but lives long enough to make a radio call to Ross to tell him what's going on, and also
my God.
says Stearns is dead.
Well, what?
I know. In the Edward Norton version of this movie, Spar lived, Stearns died.
Well, that's weird.
I know, right? But that's but as far as I can tell, so far in the last, I think, because it's been like what, 6 minutes that Abomination has been around.
How interesting. Oh, wow. So then
There's really no way that Ross would know, like, because nothing that in the 2 or 3 lines that Abomination has said, there's been nothing that's indicated that it's Blonsky. I mean,
no,
I guess the leap of logic is, well, I injected a dude with a bunch of stuff,
yeah,
and now there's a monster running around the town.
Well, and he got the, you know, he did get in the previous minute or 2 minutes ago where, you know, they look at him and go, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
Right? He can connect those dots, I would assume.
I guess so.
Wow, interesting on the script though.
Right?
Well, the people who wrote the script really had a complete thought, didn't they?
That's Edward. Yeah, Edward and Zach Penn, between the two of them.
Well, way to go, guys.
I know. I know. And then somehow it's almost like there were a bunch of cooks in the kitchen.
I mean, we know.
Together, but
seriously.
So, but we're going to find out what was the deal that they're talking about and what is Abomination's next move in minute 92. In the meantime, if you want to continue the discussion, we are on all sorts of social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. I look for the next reel and all those places, and we'll be there. We're not on TikTok yet, but I'm working on Rob to get it because there's some great dances.
Well, I'm telling you, I know we have poo-pooed this on previous minutes, but I'm actually thinking either in the not too distant future, maybe on a future project we work on, I think we got to reconsider the whole TikTok audience. Okay,
you heard it here first. I heard it here first.
Wow.
So we heard it here together.
So did I. I heard it here first too.
So thanks y'all for listening. We'll see you back here for minute 92. Hope you had a smashing good time. Until next time, true believers.
Bye.